Hi everybody, Jeff Gayduk from Leisure Group Travel Magazine. I'm out here live on the NTA show floor 2010 in Montreal, Canada. With me is Dennis Martin from Broadway.com. Dennis, how you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Very, very good. Yesterday, everybody got to experience the great Broadway.com luncheon, I guess 17th annual edition that you guys have been running here. Always a crowd favorite. Tell the audience that wasn't able to show up yesterday to the show, or the operators that aren't here, what took place during the luncheon.
Well, we got to see about 5-minute highlights from about a dozen of the shows, both the ones that are currently running and some of the new shows that are coming in for this spring.
Well, I know some of the new things that we saw coming out, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's always great to see the favorites, things that, like Phantom, that we've seen seemingly every year. It was all the Disney show yesterday was...
Two of them. We had Lion King and Mary Poppins.
Lion King and Mary Poppins, absolutely. So for 2011, what's in store for Broadway? What have you guys what have you got coming down the pike that you think is going to be interesting for groups?
All right, some of the newer things coming in. We have a brand new production of Anything Goes, the Cole Porter classic. But what kind of makes this new and different is the star is Sutton Foster, who actually historically made her first real public appearance at an NDA luncheon before she went on to star and win the Tony in Thoroughly Modern Millie a few years ago.
Okay.
So she was moved from the chorus to the lead, and her first appearance in the lead was at NTA. So that's kind of a little bit of history. But Joel Grey will also be in the production with her.
Okay, what else for next year?
We have Daniel Radcliffe, who everyone knows as Harry Potter, coming to star in a Broadway musical, a new revival of How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
Very cool.
It'll be the 60th anniversary production of that show. 50 or 60, I'm sorry. 61 would be, yeah. Okay, right about that. And then we've got other new shows coming in. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which is a big hit in Australia and in London. It just opened last week in Toronto, and New York will see it in March. Looks really wonderful. The reviews were incredible. Sister Act, another London hit coming over. And then also a brand new production of called Wonderland, which is a new take on the Alice in Wonderland story.
That was a beautiful song yesterday as well.
Yeah, beautiful song. It's by Frank Wildhorn, who everyone knows from Jekyll and Hyde. And the other new show is a brand new production of, Stephen Schwartz is the king of Broadway right now, having Wicked running for 5 years, but he started by writing this little show called Godspell, and there's now going to be a production of Godspell also in the spring, brand new.
And there's a lot of excitement building on Spider-Man as well for 2011, is that?
That's right. It's actually going to start previews this year in December, and it will open, I believe it's January 11th. But so that was a fall show, which is now a spring show as well. So I left that one.
And you wouldn't even call that theatrics, more special effects with that show. Should be mind-boggling.
Well, it's going to be mind-boggling, but one of the things that I know she really wants is if she's paying a lot of attention to the story. It's not just the pyrotechnics, although there's going to be some of that stuff. But the mythology of the character, she meaning Julie Taymor, the director, who was last seen giving us Lion King. So we know we're going to see something totally different. Absolutely. But she's really spending a lot of time on making sure that it's not just all flash and dazzle, and that there's heart and story to it. And then with the score written by U2's Bono and The Edge, we're also going to get a whole new take from Broadway music.
Yes, you will. Yeah. Yes, you will. And lastly, the running joke here is come see my widget. So what is this widget you're talking about?
We have created or developed, and we noticed there was a need for tour operators who wanted to feature Broadway on their web pages, but Broadway changes. Shows come, shows go, shows change prices, so change a lot of stuff. So keeping someone it would probably be a full-time job keeping someone on your website, keeping it up to date. I know because last year I found a website from one of the tour operators we work with had a beautiful picture of cats on their web, which was closed 12 years ago. So basically, this takes all of that out of your hand. It's a small, a couple inches by a couple inches box. It looks kind of like an iPod, not
yes.
iPad, where you can just flip through the shows. It has a description of the shows. It has the group minimums for each show, who it's appropriate for, the ages. It's got video clips from every show. It's got photographs that you can take and download and use in your own flyers and such. And beginning next year, it will also have a one full song from each of the shows.
Very nice. And how do groups get more information on that?
Okay, we're giving demos here at the booth all week, but also they can just go to one website. It's easy to remember, www.broadway.com/groups/widget.
Great. Thank you very much, Dennis. Good. Thank you.